Hi everyone, I would like to talk about a connection between recursive formulas and pseudocode. So at the top of the page here, I've got a sequence which is 7, 9, 11, and so forth. And this is an arithmetic sequence. We know this because we're adding 2 each time to get the next term. In other words, our common difference is 2. So if I wanted to write a recursive formula, I could say a sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 2. In other words, the nth term equals the previous term plus 2. So if I wanted to write this in pseudocode, for example, maybe I want to print out the first 100 terms of the sequence, I can define the first item of the list to be 7. In other words, a square brackets 1. Some computer languages you use parentheses, and that's totally fine. You could say a parentheses 1 equals 7. I'm fine with that. The pseudocode, the idea here is to give the general steps that you need to go through to execute the task. Okay, so the first task is we need to set the list or the array or the sequence called A. We need to set the first position equal to the value of 7. And you might want to print out that value right away, or maybe you want to print the whole list at the end. That's kind of up to you where you do the print. But the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go from n equals 2 up to 100 because I don't care about 1 anymore. We already set a sub 1. I already took care of that. So I'm going to increment n from 2 up to 100. So it's going to be a for loop. Okay, so for n equals 2 up to 100, I'm going to do the following. A sub n equals a sub n minus 1 plus 2. In other words, the first time I hit this for loop, n is 2. And so I'm going to have a sub 2 equals a sub 1 plus 2. And then I'm going to print it. And I'm going to keep cranking through this loop, n equals 3, n equals 4, etc. And I'm going to do all those commands as n marches from 2 all the way up through 100. And once I hit the n equals 100, I will exit the loop. And that's where the end statement is. Okay, so that's about all you would need to do if you wanted to write this in pseudocode. Doesn't have to be fancy, but it does need to have the steps required to execute the goal.